Hi, I'm Connor Lawson and I'm here to present the progress report for Team 1's RACQ rest area. I am a second year electrical engineering student and the work assigned to me is public Wi-Fi, internal lighting, solar PV systems and rubbish and recycling elements. I've begun to research into Wi-Fi design possibilities. After several weeks of research into related theory and designs available on the market, the two designs I've chosen to analyze and compare are the Trackstar and iDirect Evolution X3 Internet bundles. The criteria that will be used to analyze these two possible design solutions is cost, connectivity speed, practicality, maintenance requirements, environmental impact, and availability. The weighting for the criteria will be ranked between 1 and 5 based on their importance, and the design with the highest score will be chosen for implementation. I've begun to research into Australian standards that relate to internal lighting, as well as different lights that are available on the market. I cannot complete any further work until the building designs are complete. Once the buildings have been designed, I can use the dimensions to determine the required lux and lighting that will be implemented in the final rest area design. I have done a small amount of research into solar PV systems in theory. I cannot complete any further work on solar PV until I have more research into Australian standards and possible design solutions, and have also determined the total power required by the rest area. Once all of this work has been completed, I can develop a weighted evaluation criteria and choose a final design solution for implementation. I've begun research into public rubbish and recycling design possibilities. After several weeks of research into related theory and different designs available, the two design possibilities I have chosen to analyze and compare are the Clean Away industrial bin and Sulo secure wheelie bin stand. The criteria that will be used to analyze these two possible design solutions is cost, capacity, practicality, maintenance requirements, environmental impact, and availability. The weighting for the criteria will be ranked between 1 and 5 based on their importance, and the design with the highest score will be chosen for implementation. As you can see from the progress I have made on my assigned work, all the work will be completed by the submission due date. I have to select the internal lighting design and solar PV system for implementation, as well as complete AutoCAD drawings and work with group members on activities deemed as group work. Finally, I will summarize results for the report submission. If you have any inquiries regarding the project or activities I'm responsible for, please contact me through my email. And now I'll pass you to Nathan.
Hello, I am Nathan Moss, a second year electrical engineering student. I've been assigned to work on the external lighting, electrical storage, emergency communication requirements, and PET facilities. For the exterior lighting, I sourced a public lighting design manual from Ergon Energy, which provides information about commonly used streetlights in Queensland. Selecting from these streetlights will ensure that they meet the Australian standards, are easily sourced and installed due to their common use within Queensland, and that they can be easily replaced. In conjunction with Giles and Jackson, the civil group members, I have begun the process of determining the car park layout. There are limited areas where car park lighting can be installed. The proposed lighting fixtures don't produce sufficient light to certain areas, the plan must be changed. Similarly, if the proposed fixtures inhibit the flow of traffic or available parking spaces, the plan must be revised. So this is an ongoing process. Possible battery types have been explored and evaluated. The battery that is considered most suitable is the valve-regulated lead-acid battery. Design of the electrical storage can't commence until more work is completed on the electrical systems. A more accurate approximation of the average load and power generation is needed to size the battery bank. For the emergency communication requirements, a payphone will be incorporated, which can be utilized by motors in the event of an emergency. Research has started on possible additional emergency communication systems. Work on PET facilities, circuit diagrams and visualizations are yet to commence as per the project plan. As you can see, all work is progressing on schedule according to the project plan and will be completed in time for submission. I will now pass you on to Amos.
Hey, I'm Amos Steele and I've been working as a mechanical engineer student on the RACQ rest area. Within this project, the tasks at hand for me individually involve rainwater collection, water storage and solar hot water for all on-site usages. Thus far, I've been working on sizing the rainwater tank. There have been many aspects that have affected this task, such as the area on which rainwater will be collected and usage per day. The civil group has recently provided me with the necessary information such as the area created by the roofs, and we have just worked together to decide on the number of facilities in the toilet block. So with this information, it will enable me to make a final conclusion to which size tank will be best suited for the rest area. So from here on in, I will be focusing on the other mechanical disciplinary aspects and spending my time on the hot water system and sewage options for all the wastewater. I've also been tasked with finding a suitable dump point that will work in the location provided by the civil team. So with all this being said, I will have no problem meeting deadlines with effective solutions. I'll now pass you on to Gales.
Hello, my name is Giles Severe, and I'm a second year civil engineering student, and I will be detailing my parts in the RACQ project. To begin with, the location was taken as Charters Towers. We assessed the death rates and looked at a crucial spot which RACQ needed to have their next rest area. The capacity, we assessed AADT values for the surrounding strips of road around Charters Towers, and from what we gathered, we needed 8 motorist parking bays and 7 heavy vehicle parking bays. Separation of vehicle types and conceptual drawing. This is just the conceptual drawing which we use to implement for the electrical students to have a foundation upon which they do their electrical discipline stuff. As can be seen, we have trucks at the front to ease of access and parking out the back. Natural shade. Shade isn't completed yet, however there will be shade between the road and truck parking to allow noise barrier. Shade has also been provided in the grassy area, which will allow for people to have a more pleasant stay. Again, shade will be provided around the camping area at the back and will prevent any noise from disturbing the campers. Signage. This is still to be conducted, however, initial implementation has already begun. I will now hand you over to Jackson Lorem.
Hi, my name is Jackson Lorem, and I am a second year civil student working on the RACQ project. These are tasks I've completed so far. These are the tasks I have still yet to complete. So for the entry and exit points, the primary component I had to consider for the actual points themselves was the fact that it had to accommodate both standard vehicles and B-double semi-trailers. And as a safety precaution on a highway, it is mandatory for a particular turn-off to have an auxiliary lane so that drivers can safely turn off the highway without causing any trouble. For the sealed road and the car park, I considered concrete, asphalt and bitumen. Asphalt was eventually chosen because of its sustainability aspects, which I've listed here. Concrete was chosen as a surfacing material for the footpath, particularly because of its aesthetics. The shaded area had 3 important roles: had to provide shelter for the barbecue area, collect water for the water tank, and accommodate solar panels for the lights in the barbecue. And this is an AutoCAD drawing of the shaded structure, which I designed with the other civil student. And for the public barbecue, I selected the Park Pro Queen size stainless steel plate because of its costing and the fact that it had to be electrically powered. And for the toilet block, I designed that myself to correspond with the Australian standards and other guidelines. I decided to have 1 standard size cubicle, 1 disabled cubicle, and 1 disabled shower to accommodate all people using it. And this is an AutoCAD drawing I have supplied to show the dimensions for it. And that concludes our presentation. If you have any questions about the project, feel free to contact us, and our proposal will be ready by the submission due date.